Good morning, students. In the previous session, we have done with exercise 6.1, and in this session, we are going to do with exercise 6.2 and theorems and axioms related to exercise 6.2. We are going to discuss axioms 6.3 and 6.4 and theorem 6.2 to 6.5. So, axiom 6.3, it is related to corresponding angles axiom. 6.3 and 6.4, they both are related to corresponding angles axiom. So axiom 6.3, if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. Axiom 6.3 is also referred to as the corresponding angles axiom. So converse of 6.3, we have 6.4. If a transversal intersect two lines such that a pair of corresponding angles are equal, then the two lines are parallel to each other. Now, theorem 6.2, which is related to alternative interior angles. If a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of alternative interior angles are equal. Since this is a theorem, let's try to prove it. We should prove angle 4 equal to angle 6 given n is parallel to m. So proof, angle 2 equal to angle 6 as their corresponding angle. So according to corresponding angle axiom, we can say angle 2 and angle 6 are equal in this example. Angle 2 equal to angle 4, vertically opposite angle theorem. So based angle 2 and angle 4 are vertically opposite angles. So based on the theorem, we can say that angle 2 equal to angle 4. So from first and second equation, you can see 2 is equals to 6, 2 is equal to 4. So automatically 4 is equal to 6. So angle 4 equal to angle 6. Similarly, you can prove angle 3 equal to angle 5 also, the another pair of alternative interior angle. We have converse of alternative interior angle theorem, that is theorem 6.3. If a transversal intersect two lines such that a pair of alternative interior angles are equal, then the two lines are parallel. You can see here, here it is given like simply in the reverse order of 6.2 you can prove this. It is given that angle 4 equal to angle 6. So we will take angle 2 equal to angle 4 because they are vertically opposite angles. Now angle 4 equal to 6 and angle 4 is also equal to 2. 4 and 6 2 and 6 are equal. If 2 and 6 angles are equal, the angles 2 and 6 are compared as corresponding angles. If the corresponding angles are equal, then the two lines are parallel to each other. According to axiom 6.4, we can prove this. So theorem 6.4 and 6.5 are related to co-interior angles. We know that Euclid's fifth postulate is related to these theorems. Euclid's fifth postulate says that if sum of co-interior angles, the sum of co-interior angles is equal to 180, they will not intersect. So based on that also you can say that if a transversal intersect two lines, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary. Those are co-interior angles are supplementary. In this example, angle 4 plus angle 5 equal to 180 or angle 3 plus angle 6 equal to 180. So theorem 6.5 says, it's a converse of it. If a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary, then the two lines are parallel. So these are the axioms and theorems. Apart from this, we have one more theorem 6.6, which is related to parallel lines. So theorem 6.6 says that if there are three lines, such let M, N, O are the three lines. If M is parallel to N, N is parallel to O, then M is also parallel to O. Now we are going to discuss exercise 6.2 first problem. In figure, find the values of x and y and then show that AB is parallel to CD. In the figure we have CD and PQ intersect at F. CD and PQ intersect at F. So y equal to 130 degrees because they are vertically opposite angles. Now again PQ is a straight line and EA stands on it. So angle AEP plus angle AEQ equal to 180 degrees because they are linear pair. Or you can see AEP is 50 degrees and AEQ is x. Then x 50 plus x equal to 180. By solving x equal to 130 degrees you will get. This is second equation. So from first and second, x equal to y. Yes, as they are a pair of alternative interior angles, if the pair of alternative interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. Therefore, AB is parallel to CD. We can prove AB and CD are parallel lines either with some data that co-interior angles equals to 180 degrees, or corresponding angles are equal, or alternative interior angles are equal. In this problem, we have taken x and y, their alternative interior angles are equal values. That's why we have taken if pair of alternative interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. Next problem. In figure, if AB is parallel to CD, CD is parallel to EF, and y is to z equal to 3 is to 7, find x. Here AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. Therefore, AB is also parallel to EF. Therefore, x equal to z. Here in this, because AB and CD are parallel, then x equal to z because they are alternative interior angles. Again, AB is parallel to CD. X plus y equal to 180 degrees as they are co-interior angles. We know that from equation 1, x equal to z. So in place of x I am taking z. So z plus y equal to 180 degrees. This is equation 2. But y is to z equal to 3 is to 7. Let y equal to 3a and z equal to 7a. Then 3a plus 7a equal to 180 degrees. Therefore 10a equal to 180, then therefore a value is 18 degrees. So z equal to 7a, then z equal to 7 into 18, that equal to 126 degrees. You know from 1 and 3, now z value is 126, that is third equation if you take. You know from 1 and 3, we have x equal to 126. Because x equal to z, so z equal to 126, then x equal to 126 degrees. Question number 3. In figure, if AB is parallel to CD, EF is perpendicular to CD, and angle GED equal to 126 degrees, find angle AGE, angle GEF, and angle FGE. Now AB is parallel to CD and GE is a transversal. So angle AGE equal to angle GED because they are alternative interior angles. But angle GED equal to 126, therefore angle AG is also equal to 126 degrees. Also you can see in this figure, angle GEF plus angle FED equal to angle GED. We know that angle FED equal to 90 degrees because EF is perpendicular to CD. When what is meant by perpendicular? If a perpendicular makes a 90 degrees at a point of intersection. Therefore, angle FED equal to 90 degrees. So angle GEF plus 90 equal to 126 degrees. Therefore, angle GF equal to 36 degrees by solving. Now, AB is parallel to CD and GE is a transversal. Angle FGE plus angle GED equal to 180 degrees. Because they are co-interior angles. So angle FGE equal to 180 minus 54. Angle FGE equal to 54 degrees. Thus angle AG is 126 degrees, angle GF equal to 36 degrees, and angle FG equal to 54 degrees. Fourth question. In figure, if PQ is parallel to ST, and angle PQR equal to 110 degrees, and angle RST equal to 130 degrees, find QRS. So first of all, according to the hint in the question given, you should draw a line parallel to R, parallel to PQ passing through R. So same thing we have drawn. Draw a line F parallel to ST through R. Since PQ is parallel to ST and EF is also parallel to ST. Therefore, PQ is parallel to EF and QR is a transversal. You can see in the second figure clearly. Angle PQR equal to angle QRF. They are alternative interior angles, but angle PQR value is given as 110 degrees. So in place of PQR, I am substituting 110. Therefore, angle QRF equal to angle QRS plus angle SRF equal to 110 degrees. This is first equation. Because QRF is a sum of two angles. You can say QRS plus SRF. So they are equal to 110 degrees. This is first equation. Again, ST is parallel to EF and RS is a transversal. RST plus SRF equal to 180 degrees. Now here we are finding a SRF value so that we can get angle QRS value in equation 1. It is given that RST equal to 130 degrees. Then 130 plus angle SRF equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, angle SRF equal to 180 minus 130 which equal to 50 degrees. Now from 1 we have angle QRS plus 50 equal to 110. So therefore, angle QRS equal to 110 minus 50 that equal to 60 degrees. Thus QRS equal to 60. Here we have substituted angle SRF value in equation 1. So you got angle QRS. Question number 5. In figure, if AB is parallel to CD, angle APQ equal to 50 degrees and angle PRD equal to 127 degrees, find X and Y. We have AB parallel to CD and PQ is transversal. Then angle APQ equal to angle PQR. They are alternative interior angles. Therefore, X equal to 50 degrees. So angle APQ equal to 50 degrees already it is given. So X value is 50 degrees. Again AB is parallel to CD and PR is transversal. Then angle APR equal to angle PRD. Alternative interior angles. Angle APR equal to 127 degrees. Therefore angle PRD is also equal to 127 degrees. But we know angle PRD, you can say angle APR. Angle APR is combination of angle APQ as well as angle QPR, or you can say simply 50 plus Y. Angle APR is a combination of 50 plus Y. So 50 plus Y equal to 127. So Y equal to 127 minus 50, that equal to 77. Either you can take that way or you can take so this is the easiest way actually. You can solve R angle R either side and take angle sum property also, but it's a lengthy process. You can do this is the simplest way. Okay, we'll go for the next problem. Sixth problem. In figure, PQ and RS are two mirrors placed parallel to each other. An incident ray AB strikes the mirror PQ at B. The reflected ray moves along the path BC and strikes the mirror RS at C and again reflects back along CD. Prove that AB is parallel to CD. We should prove that AB and CD are parallel. Now what we are going to do is draw ray BL perpendicular PQ and CM perpendicular to RS. Then they both becomes normals. So when the normals are there, we can easily see in the second figure you can say I and R, those are angle of incident and angle of reflection. So now they both are equal. Based on this we are going to solve these are parallel. Since PQ is parallel to RS, then BL is also parallel to CM because perpendicular drawn to the parallels are parallel. Now BL is parallel to CM and BC is a transversal. Angle LBC equal to angle MCB because they are alternative interior angles. Since angle of incident equal to angle of reflection, then angle ABL equal to angle LBC and angle MCB equal to angle MCD. Therefore, angle ABL equal to angle MCD, this is second equation. By first equation we have taken in place of LBC MCD, because LBC MCB equal to MCD and LBC equal to MBC. So in place of LBC I can take angle MCD. Adding 1 and 2 we get angle ABC equal to angle BCD. Therefore a pair of alternative interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel, therefore AB is parallel to CD. Because we got alternative interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. That's all today. That's all for today, my dear students. We'll have a next exercise in the next session. Thank you. Have a nice day.